All right, we are live. Welcome from behind enemy lines to Rick's Life as I See It, Shooting with Disabilities. We talk about shooting with disabilities, if it's on the, if we have anything to mention, politics, or anything else that crosses our mind. Uh, if you have any questions you would like answered, please email me at rickslife@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com or just put your questions in the chat. And also normally within 24 hours of this broadcast ending, it will be on Podbean, Stitcher, and iTunes to listen to. Also, I'm simultaneously broadcasting on gun channels and YouTube at the same time. Hey, Two Live Move. Hey, Grim. Good to see you. And let me put some links out for people who can join the panel if they want. Hey, Patriot. Good to see you guys. Well, on Shooting with Disabilities, I ain't got much going on. But Shooting with Disabilities, I'm on the lookout. I think spring, summer has finally arrived in Rhode Island. Hit 80 degrees today, and meant to be the same tomorrow. So I got to dig out the old shorts and show off my white sticks, But what I'm after, I decided, as I mentioned last week, I took the old scooter down to the range, and it works quite well. But what I'm thinking is I have to ride it with the right armrest up, where I can grab my gun on my right side. Well, normally I wear a t-shirt. Sometimes I'll wear the shoot me first fishing vest over the top of that, So, or I wear an open shirt and stuff. I don't know. I guess I just don't like being hanging all out there. You know what I mean? So, what I'm after is a shoulder holster. So, any recommendations? I think that would work.
Nobody's gotten. Nobody's gotten back to you since last week.
Not really. I've been looking at shoulder holsters and stuff, but see if anybody else. I mean, there's only, I don't know. I mean, are you meant? And another question: are you meant to wear them sort of like tied up under the arm, or loose, sort of part way down? You know what I'm saying?
I think something when it comes to shoulder straps, they're not form fitted; they're adjustable.
Yeah,
so
because what I was thinking is I don't want to wear one really
body
too high up, because I'm already broad across the arms and shoulders. If I had a gun sitting there, I'd be sort of like sticking out like this. So I need it to sit a little bit lower, I think.
Right. Everybody's body type is different. So I know you already did, but I want to say hi to everybody, to Live Move, Grim Patriot, Dead Horse, Black Cat. So Two Live Move says he's tried an Uncle Mike's holster, and he says don't get one, but
don't get one of that brand. I know what
the caveat is again. But the caveat is everybody's type is different. Be able to adjust them specifically for your body type.
Yeah. Patriots asking shoulder or chest. A chest would be nice, but if I'm riding around town, I've got to be concealed. Sitting on the chest there ain't going to be sealed. I don't want to wear a jacket buttoned up in 80 degrees heat. You know what I'm saying? So I think the shoulder
absolutely
is where I'm going to have to go.
Well, I mean, if you however you carry it, I mean, there are plenty of jackets out there that are super light for the summer.
Yeah.
You just got to find one that fits you while you're wearing the shoulder holster.
Yeah, I've been looking, but I was looking for some more recommendations. What people, which ones they recommend.
Right. So if you have any ideas or recommendations for Rick as far as a shoulder harness goes, please email him at rickslife@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com.
That's
And don't
it.
forget to check out patreon.com/Rick Mitchell if you wish to support this broadcast.
You are the man. I tell you, John, you're pretty good at this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, who we got here? We got Black Cat, Dead Horse, Beaverwood Outdoors, Unknown User. They're all coming in now. Good to see you all. Glad you're here. You know, so that shooting with disabilities. That's what I was saying. Is I think on the scooter, a shoulder holster would be the best deal because what I noticed, like when I wear it going around the parking lot in Walmart with the right armrest up, it's not a problem. I'm traveling on flat surfaces. But I noticed when I was going around the range with the right side up, I mean, sometimes you hit a little dip and you sort of sway over this way. And basically, I didn't want to be caught off guard and sort of fall out of the damn thing. At least the armrest would hold me there for keep my balance, so I wouldn't fall out. Yes, the thing does have a seatbelt on it, but I ain't gonna wear that. You know, I'm sorry. I want to be able to get in and out of the damn thing. I don't want to. It's bad enough having to wear one on an airplane.
Now, now, since you're in, oh, Two Live Moose says I'll send you my Uncle Mike's to you if you want.
No, I'm good. I've got an Uncle Mike type already to see if I would like it. I was thinking more of a nice leather one or something like that. You know?
What about a fanny pack while you're in the chair, so you know you have the pack in front of you at all times?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I never really that's a possibility. I really haven't taken
Black
that into
Cat,
consideration.
Black Cat Outdoors says, spend the money, get the Miami Classic. I haven't heard many complaints and lots of praise.
Yes, now okay. From what I've researched and what I've heard so far, that is the one that's leading the race. You know?
I'm gonna ask this because I'm not sure what in the world this is. But Beaver Woods Outdoors asks, can you use an ankle holster bicep? I don't know what that is.
Oh, isn't that one of them ankle holsters that straps around your leg? Your,
Yeah, but he said bicep. I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure either.
Hey, come on, Patriot. Don't knock it till you try it. Beaverwood Outdoors says
That's what he's talking about.
on your bicep.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
Well, I mean, that's what he's calling your leg muscle.
Oh, okay.
You know?
On your arm, though, because your
Oh,
bicep is on your arm.
I never thought of that. Yeah, that's a
I get that.
possibility.
That's an idea, but also you can't do that with a 1911, though.
No, you have to do
You
something
have to do
small.
that with a small frame revolver
But the fanny
or
pack,
maybe a 42 or 43.
the fanny pack, while I'm sitting in my scooter, seems to, that could do the job.
And this way you can keep both arms down on the chair and still
Yeah,
have your forearm accessible to you.
yeah, my fanny pack, my armrest down, me riding around, and just need to get myself a beard and wear my Yankee Marshall T-shirt, and I'm all set.
There you go. Now you've covered all the cool points.
You know, I can be just like Yankee when he's skating with his fanny pack on.
I didn't say go that far.
Yeah. So
You can go in your thigh
now
highs when you're a little excited.
I've got a belly band type holster that I can use. And I thought of doing that too.
Actually, that's actually a very good idea because when you're in your chair, all you have to do is lift up your outer shirt, and you
Yes.
still have your sweat. You still have your t-shirt under that to protect you from the sweat from the holster. That's
Yeah.
actually a really good idea.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either. I do have one of those, and I mean, okay, I got to get honest. If I'm going to use the belly band that way, and I've thought about it, is I'm going to have to use. I mean, I'm going to have to give up, especially during the summer, carrying the old, full size 45, because wearing that sort of like towards the front, it's going to stick out too much. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a bulge there.
Just tell people it's your pee-pee
Yeah, I know.
bag.
But then again, yeah, you could. But actually, be honest with you guys, don't don't shame me now. But I've been looking at the Smith and Wesson, the 380 EZ.
That's actually not a bad
For
option.
summer carry.
That's actually not a bad option.
Yeah. I know I've said there's nothing else but a 45, but you know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do.
I heard the 380 EZ is actually pretty comfortable. It has really good ergonomics.
That's what I heard too. Yeah. So,
well, if you're going to be stuck with a smaller round, at least it should be comfortable.
That's right. But I could leave the big 45 there, and hopefully women and say, "Are you surprised to see me?" So,
yeah, unknown user said he's also only heard good things about the 380 EZ.
Yeah, I have too. I've heard good things about that, and that goes back to what I was saying when we were off air there, John. Put that on layaway with the extra $50 a month I'm saving.
Yes, sir.
You know what? That might be the way to go. Anyway, I don't know what else to. I'm going to try to get down to the range tomorrow. I'm going to try, but I got the cleaning lady coming tomorrow. She might kick me out. So,
well, I just want to make one suggestion. If you are able to make it to the range, don't forget to charge your battery and record a little for us.
Yes. I tell you what I did this morning. Changed. Hey, David.
Hey, Clover.
Hey, brother. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's going on?
I got up this morning to, use the facilities in the wee hours. It was about 5:30 this morning. And, of course, one of the cats sort of tripped me up. I didn't fall over, but I sort of done a sort of like a little scooting jump thing, and I hit my toe on this little side coffee table thing I got. I went, use a goddamn son of a bitch type thing, and hobbled off to the bathroom, done my business. Then I had just happened to look down, and there is a pool of blood all over the floor. I'm thinking, oh my God. Right. So now I can't, this is on my bad leg. So I can't even bend it at the knee to get down there to look at it. I can't bend over. That's why I'm having the operation and with the bad back. So, so I throw a towel on the ground and I'm trying to wrap my foot in the towel, stop the bleeding. I'm trying to wipe the blood up and the blood. Oh man, if somebody walked in there, they think I killed somebody, because some of my medication I take thins the blood a little. So and it's my toe and I'm bleeding everywhere this morning. I thought, oh, Jesus, but I managed to put a towel around my toe and I managed to stop the bleeding, but every time I touched it, it would start bleeding again.
Yeah, you have to be careful when you're on blood thinners.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But also makes and this. I mean, I also go to one of them. What do you call them? They podiatrists, one of them foot doctors.
Podiatrists.
Yeah, they do my nails because my hip, I can't bend over even to cut my. That's how bad my hip and back is. My hip is my hip now they tell me the last thing they looked at, it's sort of welded together type thing, and it does not move.
Right.
If I got to
So I
bend,
just
now my right one, Stu, bends a little. So if I got to pick something up off the floor, is I bend over and my left leg goes straight out the back, like the old dipping chicken. You know what I'm saying?
oh dear Lord, that doesn't sound right.
You know, because I can't the hip joint won't move.
Right.
That's with the back. So anyway, I managed later on this morning. I got these big giant Band-Aids, about I don't know that square, and I opened one up and managed to get it on the floor, and I put my foot on it, and I managed to get. I got some of them these things with the old pinchers on the end,
Right.
and I managed to grab hold of it and pull it over, and managed to smooth it down. So I got about 3 toes covered up. You know, with the one in the middle, the one that was bleeding with the Band-Aid. So I got 3 toes covered up with a Band-Aid just to cover the one toe. That's the problem when you live alone. You know?
Well, just be careful. So I would just want to throw there, hey, Clover Tech and Patriot in the Dark says there may or may not be a recall on the 380 EZ, and he put a link on the YouTube side for you to check that out.
Okay, yeah.
So
User,
before you pick one up, definitely check that out.
there's a thumb safety advisory on the 380 EZ. Yeah, I have to check.
Yes, sir.
I have to check, make sure that's okay. Yeah. Did I see Clover in the room?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Clover, good to see you.
Oh, so unknown user confirmed there is indeed a thumb safety advisory.
Yeah.
What's
ammo
going
related.
on with the safety? It's not working.
Well, there's a safety advisory. I haven't read it yet, though. There's a link on the YouTube side if you want to check it out. It's there.
Yeah, I was talking about. I'm looking about buying one for summer carry.
Hey, Alaskan 556.
Good evening, Alaskan 556.
There you go. I put some links in the chats if anybody wants to join the panel. So,
Dead Horse, he hasn't gotten it yet, so he needs to do research, especially now that because of this recall that we just found out about. He's asking that on the gunchannels.com site.
yeah, that's the gun I'm thinking of getting. From what I've heard, good stuff. And I've only just heard about this recall right now. So, or not recall. What are they calling it? What they call it?
Like a safety alert for it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what
I'm
it
trying
is,
to open it
because
now.
if it's just a safety, then I mean, if you just don't put your finger on the trigger like you're not supposed to, unless you're gonna pull the trigger, and I wonder if it's the thumb safety or if it's the actual grip safety that they've got on there, because there's 2 different safeties, or actually 3.
Yeah. According to the chat here, there's a thumb safety advisory.
Yeah, so I have it opened here. So they say for the MMP 380 Shield Easy Consumer Advisory, like any firearm, the function of the MMP 380 Shield Easy Manual Thumb Safety pistol can be influenced by the type and quality of ammunition used with the pistol. In the case of an MMP 380 manual thumb safety, we have found that in very rare circumstances, ammunition that produces a high level of felt recoil can cause the manual safety to move from fire to the safety on position during firing. Should this occur, you will not be able to fire the next round unless and until the manual safety is reset to the fire position. So to me, it sounds like you should have a lower load if possible.
Okay, Ken, what about this? What kind of people are buying a 380 easy, right? Probably a lot of women, grandmas, people who need that ability to rack an easy slide, so they might not have the strongest wrists in the first place.
Hey,
So
now, no need to put.
no, I'm just saying it's the truth. And the little 380 is known to be pretty snappy. 380s are known to be more snappier than 9s, even of similar sizes. A 380 is kind of a snappy round. And I'm just saying, like, it doesn't surprise me at all that if these people are basically limp wristing the gun and it's causing it to do that.
Yeah,
It's definitely
it is an
possible.
option, but you also have to remember that Rick does have an issue with one of his wrists.
Yeah, I've seen it getting one, especially for summer carry when I'm wearing less clothing, because sitting in that scooter,
Get you sweaty.
it was either going to go with a shoulder holster or a belly band or something.
Well, what I'm wondering is, where's the? This is what I'm thinking. They're going to do the same thing Glock did, okay? Just like how Glock came out with the 42, and they waited for a while, and they sold as much as they could get out of the 42. Then they came out with the 43. Smith and Wesson's doing that with the 380 Easy. They're going to try and get it out as much as possible, and then guess what? They're going to come out with the 9. So everyone dumps their 380 to get the 9, and they basically sell everyone a gun twice. Right, like the people who are.
But don't they already have a shield in 9?
Yeah,
Yes,
they do,
they do.
but it's not the easy with the easier to pull slide and the grip safety and it's not the easy though. So they're gonna. I bet you they're gonna come out with the easy 9, and I bet you that's coming. So that's what I'm waiting for.
Well, Black Cat says you can shoot the Shield a 9. It's cheaper, recoil's smaller, cheaper to shoot. And hello, Garen Man and C4 Defense Sarge.
Yeah, how you guys doing? Good to see you here. So, I mean, that's what I was thinking of doing because, as I was saying earlier, with the scooter and stuff, as I was saying, riding on flat surfaces around the parking lot and Walmart and stuff, I ride with the right armrest in the up position for I can grab my gun that I carry on my right side. But I noticed when I was out on the shooting range, it's not totally even. It's grounded down gravel, and there's dips and stuff. And I didn't want to fall out, so I was thinking, well, go with a shoulder holster. Somebody's here suggested a belly band or something like that. So if I go with a belly band, because I own one, I couldn't really carry that big old 45 in the front here. Well, I could. I might get some women saying, "Oh, you're surprised to see me." You know what I'm saying? So I was saying to go with the easy. Plus, it would be easier on my wrists too. Because I went shooting last week with this good old boy. Now, it's the first time I fired it in a couple of months. That could be the reason, too. But when I came home that afternoon and evening, God, my wrists, the arthritis, and they swelled up, and I could, oh, man.
Are you shooting full power loads?
No. Well, I'm doing 230 grain 45 ACP with 5.5 thing on the bullet there. I got it out of one of my data things there.
You need to shoot some 185.
What?
185 grain. It'll give you a lot less recoil. I grew up shooting 1911s.
Yeah.
And if you lighten up that bullet a little bit, it will stop pushing as hard on your wrists. And it'll also give you a little bit more velocity, which give you a little bit more straighter trajectory for if you got to shoot more than 10 feet. It gives you a little bit more.
I never thought about, because I've been doing 230 grain, But yeah, I can go down to 185 because actually my I've got some Hornby. What's called critical
defense.
Yeah, 185 as my yeah. So I might do that. And the next time I got to buy some more bullets for my reloading. So I think I'll buy 185s next time and try that.
Yeah. And if I was you, I'd look into getting those all lead semi-wad cutters, but they're powder coated, so that they, that doesn't give you a problem with it being lead and you getting dust off of it or anything while you're reloading and breathing that in. So they powder coat the round, and basically you can get them in crazy colors. I've seen them in like zombie green, red, yellow, and just something different, but it's a lot cheaper than buying a jacketed bullet.
Yeah, I'll look into that too. Patreon asks, where's Squib? Well, last place I saw him, he was over on Ruben's, Jared's, Rupan's, or how you pronounce this?
Rupan RX.
Yeah, he was doing every second, matters chat. About 6:30 he started, so he might be still over there. So don't all abandon me and go over there now. Oh,
no, actually, Rupen has been telling everyone to come over here. Actually, so
okay,
and to come back and watch his later. So that he's been doing a good job of telling everyone to come over here. Just so you know,
I told him not to. I said to keep on doing his show. Don't worry about me. To me, it's nice that he thinks of that and stuff, but it's I think it's good for the customer, you guys. You have a choice of who you want to watch.
Well, that's the good thing about these shows, though, is that I can't catch everyone's shows at once, but guess what? I can pick one, watch it live, and then I can go back and watch the other one pre-recorded later. It's really not that big of a deal.
Exactly. It used to hurt my feelings when I first started when somebody would run, especially when I remember I think it was the first or second show I ever did, and G-Webs ran a show at the same time as mine. I think I spoke to myself for the whole hour.
I remember that show.
Yeah, so it's
I was just chatting on there.
Yeah, so it's it goes like that, son. But now I don't worry about it. I just Anyway, back to where were we at? Talking about, but going to 185. You said leaded with a coating on it in different colors. I'll look that up. See if I can find them. I say because I gotta order some because I'm totally out of bullets for my reload. I got
now.
powder.
What's the difference? What's the difference in the color coded powder?
Nothing really. Just looks different and cool.
For it.
If you reload lead when you're running your dyes, you can get dust that comes off of it just because it shaves microscopic pieces off when you run a bullet down into a piece of fresh brass or reloaded brass. And you can get, just from actually handling it, you can breathe it in and get it into your pores on your skin. So what they do is they powder coat it to make it sealed. So basically it's very similar to using a copper jacketed bullet, because it makes it just a little bit more safer for you when you're handling it, and it's also a little bit easier when you're reloading it. They seem to slide in the casings a little better, but that's basically what it's about. Plus, it gives you a cool looking deal. I mean, you got the cool factor. I mean, if you get 1,000 bullets and they're all zombie green, that's kind of cool. And you can get them, round nose, you can get them whatever green you want, semi-wad cutters. I'll have to look up to see exactly who does it, but I'm trying to remember who was showing me the bullets I think it was Coda Boy 32.
Yeah.
He had a deal on it and showed the actual bullets and the manufacturer. But if you just Google do zombie green powder coated lead bullets 45 ACP, I'm sure that company will pop up right up.
I'm sure it will. I will look for it. Yeah. Oh, but and then what I was saying about nobody being on the show as close. I mean, you're right, Clover. I do now. You just got to do the show like you got 100 people listening. no matter how many are there. I mean, that's what I do now. Early on, it bothered me, but I said now it doesn't bother me. I just keep on talking no matter who's here. You know, that's the way I do it. And I got to do my new thing. I got to get hold of somebody who has authority to go in and change the show listing, because I want mine changed to the greatest podcast on gun channels by the world renowned Spotted. So
that's awesome.
So if anybody's got the authority to go in there and change that, they can put that in there for me. I'd appreciate it. Or I'll get hold of Night Strike to do it for me. I thought so, because I was going through that. If you notice what OG Webs did to his gun show, the best gun podcast ever. He's written on his, so I thought, well, I gotta outdo him, you know. Oh, Clover Tech, not enough room to put all that, Rick. Oh, damn. Well, if you got authority, cut it down, you know, but make it look good, you know. So you can leave out the world renowned, I guess. You know?
Is Clover in the audience?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
What's he trying to change? He's trying to change your header on the gun websites.
There's not enough room to put all of what I wanted in there. You know?
Just have him put the greatest man on earth.
Yeah. Just put the greatest podcast on gun channels. That's all we need. You know? So there we go. Anyway, but back to some other stuff real quick. I noticed that the, you know, how the media made a big deal out of the NRA banning guns at their thing this weekend. You know, and it turns out they haven't. It's the Secret Service that requested no guns allowed on Friday with the president and vice president there. So when you go Saturday and Sunday, you can carry without a problem. You know, and luckily, which surprised me, the Associated Press actually done a retraction saying they were wrong. And it's the Secret Service requesting it, not the NRA, which surprised the shit out of me, I tell you. You know? So.
Yeah, but I wonder if it was on like page 473 in the back.
Yeah, more than likely. I didn't look at that, but you know. So.
It's better than what the local media probably did. They did nothing. Nobody said anything. Yeah, you know, other than.
I know.
Yeah, they always like to bring up like one year for the NRA show. Basically the show they have every year. Hell, I can't remember what it's called. The one that's coming up right now, but they had it like 2 years ago. Was it in Texas or was it in
I think 2 years ago. I think it was in Kentucky the year before. I think it was in Atlanta last year, wasn't it? I think it was in Louisville, then Atlanta, now in Dallas.
Yeah, one of the showings that it was the NRA meeting was at. Their insurance didn't let people carry concealed on the property. And the local media picked up on it because they told people that they couldn't carry because it was just against the policy of where they were having the show. And
I think that was in Louisville, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the media made it sound like the NRA had told people that they couldn't carry concealed, when in fact it was actually the people that owned the property and their insurance wouldn't cover it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, they also do. I mean, I noticed the had the show in Dallas. Was it in Dallas? I'm trying to think where in the hell it was. The U.S. Concealed Carry Association just had their thing, and they even announced on the thing you can carry, but you can't You can't pull the gun, you can't show the gun, you can't fiddle around with the gun. If they catch you doing it, you're escorted out of the building.
Rick, I just want to point out Clover Tax says you can carry in the exhibit hall. Don't believe the sheeple headlines and everything they read. You just can't carry where POTUS and the VP will be.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, you're better off not carrying. If you're going Friday, you're better off not carrying at all, just to be on the safe side.
No. Friday you can carry in the exhibit hall.
Yeah, you're right. But I said I wouldn't, just for my personal.
Well, that's your choice.
Yeah, for my choice, I wouldn't carry. You know, I mean, there's going to be enough. There's going to be enough automatic weapons there anyway. So with Secret Service, you know, I would feel safe.
Oh, you're trying to trigger the libtards, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What do they carry? What does Secret Service carry now? The Glock 18? No,
I thought they were carrying that 5.7 by 28 round out of that 50 round Fed. Isn't that what they were doing? And they were using some
The
type
PS90.
Yeah, that's what they're using, PS90s.
Well, not all of them. They have like there's the Secret Service varies like very widely. So there's Secret Service that do nothing but investigate money things, right? To deal with money,
Right.
and those guys are not carrying PS90s and Glock 18s. I'll tell you that right now. Like the last Secret Service guy that I met had a SIG P226 on him. So you know, so that depending on what their job is, I'm sure that the weapons that they use range very widely, and probably half the weapons they carry we don't even know about. It's probably the old school stuff that is the stuff we know about, like the PS90s. Like I'm sure, like, did you see that one guy walking with Trump that had the fake hands during that parade? He had the fake hands out in front of him, you know, so you know he had something badass behind that long ass suit, you know. Because he'd have fake arms and fake hands out. You know, he had both hands on some kind of badass weapon, right? You know, we don't even know about that kind of stuff. So
I imagine there's going to be some of those fake hands at this show too. You know.
Yeah, we should start a thing, like get a picture of the fake hands. I want to see more fake hands. Yeah. What I really want to see is I want to see what weapons behind those fake hands, man. Like,
no doubt.
I bet it's probably, I don't know, it's probably just like an MP5 or something. It's probably like nothing super special, but still, I want to know. Like,
hey, Raph. Yeah, so you're right. So anyway, you know, so I understand what you're saying there, John. If you're just going to the exhibit hall, you can still carry, but going anywhere near where they're having is it the NRA LILA area?
Well, I'm not sure because Patrick is saying SS said no guns on Friday anywhere at the show. So I'm not sure.
That's what I thought it said. You know, and I said that wouldn't worry me because there's going to be so many Secret Service there. Not only Secret Service, you're going to have the local police there too. You know what I'm saying? State police. They're all going to be there. I think it's going to be one of the safest places in town on Friday.
Yeah.
You know? So, unfortunately, all the guns on display had the firing pins taken out of them, don't they, at this show? Because this is the show that let everybody touch them and fire them and shoot them and, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
Well, this is common practice for any large event with the NRA is to take firing pins out. And I believe even the SHOT Show, the SHOT Show is the same way.
Yeah. One of these years, I'm going to make it to the NRA. You know? I'm going to be that big old country boy with my hat on, wearing my bib overalls, you know.
With a piece of wheat in your mouth.
Yeah.
And a straw hat.
Yeah. So there you go. Especially if it's in the next few years when Trump's doing there, I'll wear my Make America Great Again hat, you know. So
I say we all go this year and we do that. We all don't wear no shoes. just some old worn out overalls that you buy down at the thrift store and some straw hats and pieces of wheat.
Yeah.
And just go on with our NRA membership cards in our hands.
Oh yeah. We're deplorables. Here we are.
We're the deplorables.
Literally this time, right?
Yeah, literally.
I need a pair of painter's overalls.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was wearing some. I wear them all the time. Not so much in the summer because it gets too hot, but in the fall and winter, that's practically all I wear. Even up here in this seaside area, people look at me kind of funny, but I don't care. They're comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I think once you get to a certain age, comfort is where it's at. I don't wear any clothes that aren't comfortable anymore. It's just too much of a pain in the ass.
Oh, unknown user. Yeah, don't forget the pack of Redmond in the front bib pocket.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to smoke pipes. We're gonna have to get pipes.
You know, yeah.
Corn cob pipes.
Corn cob pipes. Yes.
Yeah. You're right there. As older, I've realized that the older I've got, you know, when it comes to I really don't care about making too much of a fashion statement anymore. You know, you should have heard me this morning. I don't know, on the chat. They called me an old man because I was going. I came on here. Was it yesterday, the day before? I said, came on in the morning, and you guys were talking about cars. You know, with big loud exhausts and where the car shakes when it's sitting there on the side of the road. I go away for 2 hours. I said, I come back. You're still talking about cars. I said, you just need a car to go from A to B. That's it. They call me.
You could throw information. You could throw in information about your buggy anytime. You know.
You know, they call me an old man. You know, because I wasn't worried. I wasn't interested in talking about souped up cars. You know, it is. I mean, I'm pretty bad. Actually, I was driving the other day, and I'm thinking, you know, I got my pickup here, my four wheel pickup here, and I'm driving along, and I'm pulling along, and it was a 50 zone, and I'm looking down, and I'm doing 40, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm my dad. Oh, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad, I tell you.
Better be safe than sorry sometimes.
Yeah, it's like I was standing out in my front yard the other day and I was watering the palm trees we have. And because they were getting a little dry, we haven't had any rain in a while. And this kid comes by doing about 20 miles an hour down the street, but he's got one of these real loud stereo systems. I mean, it's just, you know, it's probably shaking the plates inside my house. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, God, that's just irritating as hell. Get out. And I thought the same thing, Rick. I was like, oh my God, I've turned into that old man that I used to laugh at.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's what I was thinking.
Did you get out your slingshot?
Man, pretty bad, you know. But there you go.
Did you get out your slingshot when they passed by?
Oh, Midnight Rain says, oddly enough, it's illegal to open carry wheat in Texas.
Not unless you have a permit.
Wait a minute. It's illegal to carry what?
Wheat.
To open carry wheat.
You talking about chewing on a piece of wheat as you walk into the NRA?
Are you guys being serious? That's illegal?
No, it's Midnight Range. It's never serious.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, oh my God. Because I could imagine maybe it's some type of like, you know, risk of like cross pollination or some shit like that. And you're like, is that illegal wheat in your mouth, boy?
I know what Midnight's trying to do. See, wheat. He's trying to convert this conversation to food. You know, I know where he's heading, so we gotta head him off at the pass. You know, you know, he try to turn this chat into a food chat. You know,
Raphael on the Gun Channel site says, "When you tell a kid get off my lawn, you've arrived."
No, I've done that. You know, I even had the mother come around and how dare you yell at my child? I said, well, keep his ass off of my grass then. You know, that didn't go down too well. You know, but anyway, I said, I tell you what, you just keep him away from me and I'll stay away from him. I said, it's that simple. You know, don't let me, I said, don't cut across the corner of my yard. You know, they do cut across the corner with their bikes. And what happens eventually, you have a bike path going across there where dirt where nothing grows. You know,
if it was up to me, all fences would be electrified.
Hey, I fixed his ass. I did. I put up a little fence right there where he cuts across. You know, I stopped his ass. You know, so he would growl at me every time he went by. That he had to ride around it. So I didn't care. Yeah. See, I told you that's where he was going. Look what he did. Hey, what's the best cheeseburger you ever had? See what I'm saying?
Hey, Rick, if you want to stop a kid from running across your yard, just take a bag full of crap and light it on fire and just toss it at him. It is your yard, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not going there. I'm not going to start the cheeseburger conversation because the whole chat will go that direction. And I know you boys from Texas that go, it's got to be a Whataburger cheeseburger, you know. So there you go. We don't have them up here in the Northeast. So
we don't have them down here in the Southeast either.
So now it all depends where you go. We have a Five Guys. I mean, there's 3 of them within driving distance of where I live. 2 of them are okay. 1 of them, they seem to do it right, and it's a hell of a burger. You know, so I guess it's best because like those Five Guys, I think it's more of a franchise, isn't it, than actually company owned.
Yeah,
it's a franchise.
Yeah, so it's based on who's actually doing their thing. God damn it, he got me into it. Damn you, Midnight. You know? So we're gonna have to quickly revert out of that. Yeah. Haha, he's talking food. Unknown user said, yeah. Yeah, now I'm getting hungry because I haven't eaten yet. Because normally here on, as I said before, I normally eat between anywhere between 5 and 7 normally in the evening. And so on Wednesdays, I don't eat till after the show. So I'm getting peckish right now. So
I've noticed also as I get older, I eat earlier. Keep getting earlier and earlier.
Yes.
Well, and as you get older, you get more ornery as you get hungry. I think everyone just does.
Yeah. But I do eat earlier. I mean, I could remember as a youngster, we wouldn't go out to eat till 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Oh yeah.
You know, now if I mean, like I'm going to be eating after 7, and it's damn, I got to eat before I go to bed. I'm not that bad yet. I'm not that bad.
Raphael on Gun Channel says no food chat unless there is teleporting of food available everywhere.
What's Raphael hungry?
Yes, we should be able. We should be able to teleport food.
If he's not hungry, he will
Raphael
be soon.
Raphael is only 15 minutes from me.
Oh, he is.
He can just he could just run around the corner and grab a sandwich.
Well, you can do it for him.
No, I can't.
It's easier for Raphael to go out and do it.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So pick him up a sandwich on the way around there, Raph. You know?
Or you could just buy pig lube and run pig lube on your rifles, and every time you shoot it on your guns and all that, you have the smell of bacon in the air.
Bacon.
If you guys have never seen pig lube, it's a you can find it online, but it's a preservative that's actually like made from like bacon grease, and it's but it has like synthetic stuff added to it, but it's like its core is like a bacon type bacon grease. So, and it does smell like bacon, and it works. Like I have a piece of metal in my backyard that I coated in pig lube, a piece of bare steel that I grinded down, and then I coated one little side with pig lube, and just to see, like, and it hasn't rusted yet.
Yeah, but it does seem like-
Raphael says, no brakes on my car. Well, then you'll get there faster.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I watched that show that is on the Discovery. I want to say about the family that lives off the grid. They're like, I can't remember the name of the damn show, but they're in Alaska, and they were using the first season. I saw them making bear grease and cooking it down, and they were pouring it on their rifle bolts of their bolt action rifles and down the chain, but down the barrels, and pulling like a shoestring tied up in a knot to like clean out the bores. And I was like, that's bear fat. And I was like, but I guess it works.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, it cleans it, oils it all in one. Does the same thing as a can of what you call it? Hell,
CLP.
Well, firearms have been around for how many years?
can of Banastol, you know? That's what I use.
Yeah, firearms have been around for how many years, and then pulling
About
oil
a
out
year.
of the ground and pulling oil out of the ground, actual petroleum has been around for how many years? So before petroleum, like, it was whales and bears and, like, deer and elk and, like, pigs, and that's where people were getting their oil from, right?
Yeah.
And
Now, what's that stuff they spread on? Well, a lot of those foreign imports. What's that? All that shit they have all over them.
Oh, Cosmoline.
Yeah, that's basically almost the same thing, ain't it?
Nope, that's a petroleum based type of deal, and that is nasty stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean I know because I picked up a one of my P64 had some of that stuff over it. It was a bastard to clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what have you been up to this week, Rick?
Not a lot, really. I mean, getting some personal shit done.
Yeah.
You know?
How's the weather been?
But nice, as I was saying, it's 80 degrees today, and tomorrow spring and summer's finally getting here. So it's pretty good. You know.
Did it dry up at all down at your range?
Do what?
Did it dry up at all down at your range?
Yeah, I went shooting last week.
Okay.
And I'm hoping to go shooting tomorrow, if I can make it. You know, I got a doctor's appointment first thing in the morning, but I'm gonna try to make it from there. You know, depends how I feel after I get out. Depends how much pushing and prodding and twisting and turning he does on my hip and back. Some days I can take it. Some days I just come home and cry. I'm in so much pain. You know, I don't know what kind of day he's going to be till after I've seen him. You know, but I was talking to John before the chat started. As of yesterday, because I've been disabled on Social Security for 2 full years now, they automatically put me onto Medicare. You know, I'm only 61, but because I'm disabled, being disabled for 2 years, they put me on the Medicare. And where I'm going with this, and my medication, buying it monthly under my new plan on Medicare will cost me $49 a month. But if I do the mail-in 3 months at a time, $0. So that's going to save me $50 a month. Now I could make a couple of layaway payments towards a new gun with that $50.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I was talking about the easy, the 380. As I started to be thinking about it, I thought, oh wow, I can save. I can buy one that way on layaway. So.
Yes, you can. That would be a good deal. I've got 2 380s. I've got a Glock 42, which shoots. It's the softest shooting 380 I've ever had.
Yeah.
And then I've got a Kimber Micro 380, And when I first got it, it had a round stainless steel recoil spring, and because it was right when they first came out. And the thing just about tore your hand off when you were shooting it. You swear to God that you were shooting like a plus P plus 9mm because it would hurt hand. I'm like, and it's a little mini 1911, kind of like an old Colt Mustang. And it would just beat the living daylights out of you. But I sent it back to Kimber for getting some stuff done to it, and they found a problem with it, and they redid the whole gun. When I got it back, it had this new recoil spring that was a flat spring, and it tamed the recoil of the gun down so much, sting in your hand and your trigger finger.
Yeah. So, talking about reloading, let's see if I can find them. Oh, I know we weren't talking about reloading, but do I have some in here? I had some bullets. These are 230 grain, but they're lead coated, but they have these ridges on them. I don't know if you can see them. And I noticed on the normal 230 I was using, if I set this to the same overall length, it wouldn't feed into my gun. So I had to drop this down. Because normally on my 45, my normal cartridge is I can't remember, 0.26 or something, the overall length of it. But I had to drop this one down to 0.2. Was it? I know it was a couple of sizes smaller for it to feed. So I lowered the amount of powder I put in it because it still gives a mighty kick because it's got more pressure, hasn't it, trying to push that bullet out. So I don't know if I'm explaining myself right there, but because what I originally did, I done this and I pushed them further down.
Well,
but
for the 45 ACP, like it's supposed to be about 1.275 for the overall length, but most reloaders like go for 1.25.
Yeah.
Well, so you're going a couple hundredths, shorter length there.
Yeah.
Like that's what most reloaders.
But I mean, this wouldn't. Yeah. Okay. 1 point. I think it was 1 point. Okay. My normal load is 1.26 overall length. These I've had to go to 1.23 for them to even feed.
Oh wow, 1.23 is like really short. Like 1.25 is usually.
Yeah, but it's only going to feed. But the first time I loaded them, I didn't change the powder, and oh my God, it nearly kicked the shit out of me. Now I reloaded them again, and I put less powder in because I think it's. I mean,
what powder are you using?
I use Bullseye.
The lower that bullet goes in that cartridge casing, the higher that pressure level is going to get.
That's what I was saying. That's why I lowered the amount of powder I put in there now, because it was putting up some pressure to push that thing out there, and it was kicking the shit out of me. But now I've lowered it, so when I start using these, I don't use. Be honest with you, I bought these by mistake, and so I don't use them all the time. I only use them when I'm in between deliveries of my normal ones. But I said the only reason they're out here, I told you I ran out. But I'm not going to use them. I'm going to order some 185s and try those. See if that's easier on my wrists.
Well, and usually you can get a lighter spring, a guide rod spring, and download it quite a bit. And I see 1911s and other 45s, Glock 21s and stuff running on like 5 grains of unique or 4.8 grains of unique, going 750 feet per second. And even with the 230 grain projectile, that's still pretty soft shooting.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Underloading, dead horse?
Yeah, well, like for like the pin shoots, all the guys like it slow and heavy. So it carries the pin off the table. So all those guys are like basically underloading because they want their projectile going around 750 feet per second. instead of 860 or 900 or 950. Because they
Right.
don't want to get pass through on the pin. They want that bullet to stay in the pin to carry it off the table, and so a slower works better, and that also equals a much softer shooting load, even with those heavier projectiles. So if you're a big fan of shooting the heavier projectiles, then I would look at maybe dropping down a couple grains and just changing a spring.
Yeah.
Who was that screaming?
But yeah, I could do that. That sounds. I'm going to try the 185 and see how that works on my next order. Oh, Ohio 45. Thank you for the link. I've bookmarked it, and I will check that out after the show. Oh, Clover Text just started, so I just thought I'd mention that because I just got notified. He's talking about the Boy Scouts are changing their name next year. They're dropping the boys. It's going to be Scouts of America. Well, I want to join the Girl Scouts. Will they allow me?
Well, here's my thing. If they're dropping the boy, does that mean now they're going to be accepting like cross-gender?
I guess so.
Oh, that's going to be horrible, dude.
So I don't know why they just didn't join the Girl Scout and Boy Scouts together and be done with it. So
because it's the Boy Scouts, that's why it's for boys, and there's nothing wrong with having an organization just for boys, just like there's nothing wrong with having an organization just for girls or just for that's not segregation, and that's not a bad thing.
Plus, I'm not selling no damn cookies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got your Thin Mint swinging.
There are plenty of organizations that teach girls the same thing as they do boys and Boy Scouts, but that doesn't mean that you need to include those two together. So now that's going to, people are going to shy away even more. Boy Scouts has been doing nothing but lessening and losing and just turning into, I hate to say it, but like a shithole organization.
Oh, yeah.
And doing less and less for the kids and turning completely liberal and just, and they have totally strayed away from their founding principles.
Oh, yeah. They're trying to suit everybody, be politically correct and all that other kind of good shit. Just being the Boy Scouts, what they were set out to be. What surprised me, at the end of this month, we actually have a Boy Scout troop coming to our gun range for an open day. To teach them gun safety and let them shoot some 22s and stuff like that. And that's rare today. Even though they still have their gun badge, it's hard to find a scout troop that actually does it. So I thought that was pretty neat. So, anyway, guys, it's gone 8 o'clock. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. I could ramble on just for hours, but I don't want to bore everybody. So I'm going to call it quits. Clover has started. So get on over there. He does a great show. And I want to say I will see you guys on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern for Rick's Life as I See It on Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock. So we will see you then. Thanks for showing up, everybody.